Hey everybody, it is May the 18th and it has been a few days since I've recorded anything, and well, I haven't really recorded anything since the big Bitcoin crash, and quite frankly the entire market for the most part followed the crash. And really it was more around normal Bitcoin cycles. However, I'm gonna defer talking about the one person everybody's talking about that affected the market, because I don't want to give any more credit to that. Ready for that individual to just get out of talking about things that he doesn't spend a lot of time researching, and it's very ego driven and very motivated by celebrityism, or if that's a word. Anyway, I think the thing that I want to talk about is I'm still very new to cryptocurrency and trading, and the bottom line is I got caught without having a stop loss on that trade, and I lost all my gains that I had made over the last 2 months. I'd made really good gains in Ethereum, and it's no one's fault. It's no celebrity's fault that says anything. It's mine and mine alone. Should have had a stop loss. Good strategy is also has to have a good mitigation of risk. No matter how you're trading, whether it's long term and you're not margin trading, or if you are margin trading, you need some sort of way to mitigate against risk. And I thought that I had a good strategy without a stop loss. I expected the price to stay between, at the time it was fluctuating between 4,000 and 4,400. My goal was to, buy low, sell high within that range, and it just kept dropping and kept dropping and kept dropping. And I bought more thinking, all right, this is just a dip that I didn't expect. Went away to fix dinner, and within an hour liquidated. So don't walk away from a trade. If you do, have a stop loss. That's the lesson learned there. So where to go from here? Well, the good news is I didn't lose everything. I'm basically starting at ground zero with the initial investment that I had made. So I believe, other than not setting a stop loss, I believe I had gotten very comfortable with a good strategy for myself. So don't use my strategy to the T. I'm still learning, obviously. Hear what I'm saying. I just made a mistake and I lost quite a bit of my gains. I had gone from 1 Ethereum, or 1.5, roughly 1.5 Ethereum to 5 without putting any more money in. So I'll let you do the math. I'm not going to talk about numbers, but I'm basically starting back at 1.5 Ethereum, and we'll get there. I did it once, I can do it again. Just need to be smarter in these trades. So I'm still going to take the strategy, because this isn't my day job, of doing very short term. I've heard some traders call it day trading, some call it swing trading. Swing trading is probably a little more long term, on the 8-hour time frames, kind of. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I really want to just get in and get out, do some scalping is what I've heard it referred to as. So I'm literally waiting for a good buying opportunity. What you see here on the screen is the indicator that I use exclusively is Market Cypher. There's plenty of videos on how Market Cypher works, and I'll have links for all of the different tools and YouTube channels and Market Cypher and all that stuff below the video. So please follow those links. Some of them are referral links, so if you end up buying something, I'd ask that you use those referral links. I'm definitely not getting rich off of the referral links, but you'll get a little discount in some cases or some sort of bonus, and it'll help me out a little bit. The other thing that you're seeing on screen that I started using is I am using a buy-sell signal. I don't exclusively follow the buy-sell signals. I use them as validation against Market Cypher and against the patterns that I see with the buy-sell signal. They really help me understand, okay, when I do get into the trade, when should I be looking to exit the trade? Like I said, along with Market Cypher. So, as an example, right now, and a lot of these lines you're seeing on my chart are what I believe to be good support and resistance lines on the longer time frames. And then the dotted lines are created by Market Cypher, which are more on the chart I'm looking at, which is the 5-minute. This is where it's drawing its own support and resistance lines as well. So I think on the longer time frames, you can see where we kind of touch close to this support. On the longer time frames, we have not gotten back up to, we've only hit 3,600 once, but I believe that's our next kind of resistance line that we need to get past. So in other words, I'm looking to trade within these two ranges between 3,400 and 3,600. So on the 5-minute, what I've noticed is, when I get a sell signal, if I go over here and choose this price range indicator, or tool rather, let's say like right at the top of this candle, here's where the sell or here's where the buy right at the bottom of this green candle, this is where we got a buy signal. However, if you look at Market Cypher, we see we have a green dot as well, which if you guys have watched any of the other Market Cypher videos, the green dot and the momentum wave heading upward is a good opportunity, or could be a good opportunity. We're starting to get a curve in this momentum wave going down. Eventually, we'll see all of the indicators, confirm a green dot, and we'll start looking to see if that's a good buying opportunity. Looks like we're going to hit the $3,400, which we should find some good support around that, and we should start seeing the buying opportunity soon. But back to what I was saying is, like, if you look at this buy signal here and we were to draw the box all the way up to around the sell, it's only right in a 1 to 2% gain on this little bunny hill. But if you're on 5 to 10x leverage, then you're getting into a 3 to 6% gain, which, depending on the amount you're trading with, could be a quick, $100 to $200. And then let's look at the other thing I start looking at is if you go over here and you look at the date range and you draw the box from here to here, that's about a 45-minute window, right? 40 to 45-minute window. So depending on where you decide to get out, you can do a really quick, 30 to 40-minute trade and pull out, $100 or $200, which, I know for most isn't a lot, but the strategy for me is to stack my Ethereum as quickly as I can and not stay in a trade on leverage very long, because for me, I'm so new at it. If you don't make the right decision on leverage, no matter what the leverage is on a longer time frame, there's a greater risk there of the market diving and you losing quite a bit of that trade. There's always a danger of losing the trade, even on these short time frames, if you're not careful. But my way of mitigating risk at this point and building my Ethereum portfolio back up is, if you can do 1 to 2 successful trades in a day as the price is going up and down, I'll be back to where I was 2 months ago in maybe a month and a half, while I'm doing my day job, because I'd rather do this than look at Facebook or Twitter all day long. So that's kind of my strategy at this point, is to look at these short time frames, look at the buy sell signals. So if you, as an example, 5-minute chart is where I start. I don't necessarily buy on the 5-minute because that's just not worth, it's really hard to make much of a gain on the 5-minute chart, and also it's not as accurate. So once I see a buy signal on the 5, I'll check 15-minute to see where we're headed. And then 15-minute, you notice the buy and sell signals do not show up quite as often, but here's a great example. If I would have followed the buy signal here, let's use our trusty little tools again. If I got into more of a long-term trade, this could have really paid off. It's not even signal to sell yet. It may here, but I would have gotten in at a $3,200 range, and anyway, that would have been a 12-hour trade, which I used to do. I'm just not comfortable with right now. I've burned myself too many times on these longer term trades because a lot of this action happens when you're asleep. You definitely need stop losses when you're asleep. And this could have gone really badly overnight. It just so happens it didn't. So I try not to trade while I'm sleeping. But this is an example of on the 15-minute, this would have been really good. If we go and look at the price range from, say, this candle, let's just say we decided once Market Cypher gave us the triangle, we got in, right? And then we got out at the red diamond with the X right here, because that's usually a good bearish indicator. That's a 6% gain, and then on 10x leverage, man, you're talking pretty good trade here. Depending on what you're trading with, as far as, let's say you're trading with 1 Ethereum, this is a really good trade. So 15 minutes going to be a little bit better on if you start watching Market Cypher and watching these indicators. 12 24-minute is where I really start comparing the indications. I usually don't wait for the buy signal, which is a different indicator, by the way. It's not market Cypher related. However, I do look at the 15-minute as a validation. If this guy was lining up and then I got really good green dot with some upward momentum, I probably would have already gotten in even before this triangle showed up, especially if the 1 hour looks like it was trending up, you know. Let's see here. Let's check this guy out again. So let's just say we bought at this triangle and we sell at the red X. That's still a 5% with no leverage, right? So with 2x leverage, that's 10%. With 3x leverage, it's 15, you know, over the course of what, you know, let's look at the date range. So over the course of, you know, 11 hours, 12 hours, something like that. But you got to really trust these indicators and trust your strategy, and also be awake and watching for 11 hours. You know, so anyway, that's just kind of my 2 cents on where I'm at after that crash. I think I've probably gone a little bit too long. I hope some of this was helpful. Watch out, have a good strategy. Use stop losses, kids. Otherwise, you're going to get caught and you're going to lose all that hard work that you put in. Luckily, this has been a huge learning opportunity for me, and I went into this trying to learn, not so much as, hey, I'm going to be rich quick. Learning a lot, and we'll get there. So I'll continue to make videos. If I go silent for a couple of days, it is because I probably need a break and need to digest what just happened. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific that I could cover, especially within this video, if I didn't answer a question that you were hoping I would cover as I kind of got into this. And then just have good risk mitigation and stay safe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot.